What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense, and I am currently just stepping out of the trial really quick to give you guys a brief update. The defense have gotten their hands on Cassie. We got to talk about it. It's a lot of text messages, a lot of nastiness. Like the video's intro plays, we have a lot to get into.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
What I love about Mims, Make It Make Sense, he's a YouTuber. He gets the court record. So he gets the cases.
Make it make sense. You know what was up. And don't you forget.
I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Big Mims. Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Count out loud.
Diddy just gushed this man's lip off on national TV, dude.
Okay, guys, so I'm not going to get into everything because we will be back tonight. If you've not seen last night's video, I will link it at the end of this video. I kind of just want to give you a little bit of what the defense is trying to do with Cassie. It started off pretty slow. They were asking her a lot of questions about did she need to protect Diddy and things of that nature. It moved on to questions like Diddy or conversations between she and Diddy, where Diddy was saying things like, I love you so much, it makes me cry. She would respond, you hungry, Pop Pop? Remember, Pop Pop is the name that she called her grandpa, that Diddy told her, you need to call me what you call your grandpa now. He replied, no, thank you. A lot of I love you, my babies. Diddy would respond things like, I love you so much, it consumes my life. We're going to get into all of these, but I wanted to briefly touch on a few. They move on relatively quickly to the things that are more sexual in nature, but what they did was they're using a defense team lawyer whose voice is like very soothing. So I guess the expectation is Cassie is unassuming and she's going to hit her with a lot of softball questions, then bam, get her. I don't think it's really working, but I think that was the strategy. Did you think he was an exciting and entertaining guy? Yes. Did you feel special around him? Yes. Were things passionate? Yes. When we get to the explicit emails, that's when she starts saying things like, you don't have to read these out loud. That's signaling to the jury that I care, probably what she hoped would take Cassie's defenses down. But at the end of the day, Cassie understands what's going on, and she would, I'm sure, read them if need be. I hope that that's not taking Cassie's defense down. Diddy would say things to her like, I'm so horny, I can't concentrate. Cassie would say, so what do we want to do? I'm going to go home, grab some candles, and then pack us a bag. I'll take my vitamins and set up the room, indicating that Cassie was setting up the room for freak-offs. That this is their legal strategy. Diddy would say things like, the things I want to do to you. I want to be nasty for you. I want to do what you want me to do. I want to make you come more than you have ever come before. And she would respond, I want to give you the same. They're trying to establish that this was just a domestic violence relationship that was toxic. They were both drug addicts, and that Diddy was no more the aggressor than Cassie. What do I believe? I believe that the girl was groomed, but on this channel, we try to give you both sides of the coin. They're also trying to make it seem like Cassie was just an overly ambitious woman who had her own sexual desires, and Diddy helped her achieve them. They are also bringing up the fact that she also dated a man who was 10 years older than her. These are the things that I think could work. I'm talking to a lot of people, and the attorneys see right through it. A lot of the reporters are not feeling like the defense is strong enough yet. Keep in mind, we have a full day of cross examination of Cassie, so this is just the beginning. But the people who are just interested in the trial, who are sitting in the room, they're saying things like, "Oh, I had no idea," and kind of sounds like Cassie was involved. So for me personally, I think all the defense has to really do, I mean, all the prosecution has to do is speak more to the human element. Did you set this up, but did you want to set it up? Did you set it up? Did you set up these freak off rooms to make him happy? Um, they ask her a lot of questions about, was she successful before Diddy? They're trying to make her seem like an overly ambitious girl who was with the shits and involved. And I don't think that they are doing it very successfully as of yet. I don't know. We'll get more insight into this when I come back. But they had questions like, so Diddy was the second older man that you dated? Yes. Who was the first? Ryan Leslie. Did you have any tattoos before Diddy? Yes. How many? So, I mean, you guys can kind of see where this is going. You're 21 years old. You're saying that Diddy was the first one to introduce you to oral sex, but you were dating a man 10 years older than you. The defense team is not too shabby. There's enough of them. Could it sway a juror? I don't honestly know. I know a lot of the background, and I've read all the civil lawsuits and things like that. So although I feel like I can be impartial, people wanted to fall asleep. I don't know. I mean, maybe this is just going to be the lowest slow burn in history. The judge did not even want to keep Cassie for a full 3 days. He was actually quite annoyed that the defense team said, we're going to keep her through Friday, through the end of Friday. So maybe they have some blockbuster things. I just haven't seen it. Could this defense work? Yes. There are people who do not like Cassie, who feel like Cassie kind of got what she deserved. So, they only need one person on the jury to win the case. Trigger warning. This is going to be just a tiny bit graphic. Cassie says, I love when we do freak offs so we can make love after. I came so long, or I came meaning I come so long. Diddy, I love to make love with you after. When are you going to get your period? She says, I'm skipping my period date so I can plan freak off. Diddy says, I want to know what other fantasies you have. She replies, she began to suggest that they bring a girl into the picture so she can actually get into it more. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to help the defense or the prosecution. The planning of the freak offs, definitely, I understand why the defense team had that in there. It's establishing a pattern that Cassie was with it. However, Diddy's fantasy is to have a man do things with Cassie, not Cassie seeing him with another woman. So I think the prosecution would just need to come in and say, why wasn't sex with escorts turning you on? Why would you prefer to see him with another woman? So it's extremely interesting, and it's still very early, too early to call. But being in the room, I was having to take 5-hour energy, y'all. It's a lot of emails, a lot of dirty emails. I'm horny and bored. I need your big dick. I'm dying to feel trapped. Cassie was having to tip the hotel staff extremely well because they were leaving urine and semen and blood and everything else in there. So, like I said, we're going to go into more of this. As it stands, I can't tell if she's in trouble. You guys can put in the chat, do you feel that she was an active participant in the freak offs and that she's more of a co-conspirator? Or do you feel like the defense has a very weak case against, like, specifically in cross-examining Cassie? Because that is it. She's an overly ambitious young woman who knew she was dating a man much older. She had done it before. She had tattoos, and she was also a drug addict. We'll see. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that. But let's get into Chris Brown super quick. Y'all, Chris Brown then got arrested again. And it's always so funny when Chris Brown gets arrested because people make every excuse in the book for him. But it says Chris Brown arrested for smashing tequila bottle over music producer's head at a nightclub. On Thursday, the singer was arrested at a 5-star hotel in Manchester for allegedly attacking a music producer with the bottle at a nightclub. The Run It singer was arrested at 2 a.m. outside of the Laurie Hotel for an incident that happened February 2023. Let's get into the incident. According to The Sun, R&B star was held on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm to the producer Abe Dial. The Post reached out to Brown, no comment. Dial alleges that the rapper attacked him unprovoked, smashed him over the head with the bottle, and then punched and kicked him. He told Outlet, "He hit me over the head 2 or 3 times. My knee collapsed as well, resulting in him going to the hospital." I understand Chris Brown has a huge fan base, and so you oftentimes don't want to believe these things about people, but is it his MO? Yes. You guys don't remember this? Houston lawyer Tony Busby, which doesn't amount to much these days, sues Chris Brown over Fort Worth concert assaults. Let's get into the assault really quickly. So basically, people were invited backstage at his concert, I believe in Dallas. When they got there, somebody said, "Man, you don't remember you two were beefing?" Brown then replied, "Oh, yeah, we were. What's up, Ninja?" I don't forget. The singer then allegedly told his entourage to F the man up, according to the suit. The plaintiffs then tried to leave the backstage area, but were followed by 7 to 10 members of Brown's entourage and security team. According to the lawsuit, a member of Brown's team named Cinco punched one of the men in the chest, while another member of Brown's team, known as Hood Boss, threw a chair at one of the plaintiffs. The suit continues to say that the concert goers tried to escape via a stairwell but were trapped by a locked door. The suit alleges that Brown and his entourage beat the men for over 10 minutes, punching them in the face and head with closed fists, stomping on their heads, and kicking them in the face and ribs, causing severe bodily injury. All 4 men required medical treatment. Parker, one of the plaintiffs, was hospitalized and will need to undergo extensive medical treatment for the damages he suffered in the attack. Also, in that attack, there was I think a security guard who was trying to break it up and who was also injured and has sued. Look, I don't put anything past anybody. For those people saying it isn't Chris Brown or people are just targeting him, Chris Brown has a temper. I don't know. I believe around 2014 is when they said he was diagnosed with bipolar. So I'll give him a little slack when he picked up a studio chair and threw it out the window when he was being interviewed about Rihanna. But this man is old enough now to know what it is. He's old enough now to know that he's an easy target for people to incite him, get a rise out of him. So I'm not really going to give him too much. I'm not going to give him too much slack on this one because this seems like the pattern that he has set. But you guys can put in the chat if you feel like he's innocent. A lot of the women who follow him seem to always feel like it's the other people. I was looking through the comment sections on the Shade Room in the Neighborhood Talk, and it was like, this ain't him, this ain't him. Just because you like somebody does not mean that they can't have a violent temper and do some jacked up stuff. So, guys, I will be back tonight. Like I said, if you have not checked out my video from last night, please do so. I will link it at the end of this video, and we'll have more. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a full day of nasty text messages. So, see you guys later.